Well, do you believe that Crawford's really retired?
I do.
On Tuesday, December 17th, the boxing world came to a screeching halt when, just 3 months after delivering what many consider the greatest performance of the century, a masterclass unanimous decision over Canelo Alvarez, Terence, Bud Crawford shocked everyone by walking away from the sport. He didn't announce a rematch or call out a new challenger, instead retiring undefeated at 42-0. Seated atop a throne of gold that spanned 3 weight divisions, officially leaving the building, and while the rest of the world scrambled to make sense of the sudden exit, one man wasn't surprised at all. Roy Jones Jr. had been predicting this exact move for months.
Better than Floyd Mayweather?
To me, it's because he challenges himself. So for me, don't get me wrong, Floyd ain't no bad fighter. Floyd is a hell of a sharp fighter, but I ain't gonna say he's a better fighter. I'm gonna say I just can appreciate it more because he challenges himself. You understand me? Floyd never challenged himself. So if you tell me who I want to see, Floyd or Terence, I want to see Terence, because Terence gonna challenge himself. Floyd may be a better fighter because Floyd is slick and Floyd really can fight. People know I don't underestimate Floyd's boxing ability. Floyd has great boxing ability. Floyd is one of the best ever, but Floyd just never challenged.
Roy Jones Jr. wasn't surprised by Crawford's retirement because he's lived it himself, and the timing felt like a direct response to his long-standing warning, "Get out while you're a god." When asked if Bud was truly gone, Roy answered instantly and calmly, "I do," validating what he saw as the smartest move in boxing history, not a tragedy, but a narrow escape.
I think he did the right thing.
Why is that?
I just take my hat off to any fighter that says to themselves that this is enough, and being able to walk away without, fighting with themselves about, I gotta take this fight. He's made enough money to take care of him and his family. So,
well, no, you don't. I mean, no, Terence a little bit, but you're not, close to him or anything. But thoughts on that? I mean, most boxers of his caliber seem to retire, come back, and that kind of thing. Do you think he's the kind of guy that's going to be tempted to do that, or do you think he's someone that, is going to be able to walk away and stay walked away?
Well, only time can tell that. But I applaud him for doing it because there's always too many fighters that stay in boxing weight.
Understand why Roy Jones Jr. was so adamant. This was the right decision. You have to look at the trap Crawford avoided after dismantling Canelo in September. The pressure for a rematch was massive, and the money was generational. But Roy was the loudest voice urging Crawford to walk away, arguing that once you've beaten the bigger man, you've already made your statement, and fighting again is just gambling with physics. So, by retiring now, Crawford leaves as the man who conquered the face of boxing, rather than staying long enough to become a stepping stone.
His standing all time goes, it was a couple fights ago, people were saying, well, yeah, he's got all these wins, all these titles, but no one's ever heard anybody's fought. Then he fought Errol Spence and dominated Errol Spence, but Errol's, that fight there was, going in, people was 50-50, but, maybe Errol was compromised, but then, Canelo goes in a big underdog, moves up a bunch of weight to fight, another legend in Canelo and beats him. So, do you think he's done enough to cement himself as a, top 5 kind of guy, or do you think he's, obviously a Hall of Famer, but do you think he's just, for lack of a better word, not to be disrespectful, but another Hall of Famer?
Well, I think that it depends on whoever you talk to. Some people think he's the greatest fighter ever, but so that's just an opinion. So I think that he walks away right now with winning the biggest fight of his career that a lot of people thought he had no chance of winning, and he won convincingly. And there ain't really nothing left for him to improve. There's other fights out there, of course, but there's always going to be fights out there.
This is where it becomes personal, because Roy Jones Jr.'s reaction is rooted in his own painful history. He sees himself in Crawford, especially the version of Roy who destroyed John Ruiz to win the heavyweight title. And in candid interviews, he's admitted a hard truth that still haunts him had he retired after beating Ruiz. The conversation about the greatest of all time would be very different, but by continuing to fight, dropping back down in weight, and facing Antonio Tarver, he slowly chipped away at a legacy that should have been untouchable.
I don't want to see it as important. First of all, if Antonio Tarver tell you the truth, he didn't fight a prime Roy Jones. If he fought a prime Roy Jones, he fought him before he went to the heavyweight division. You know what I'm saying? He didn't fight a prime Roy Jones. He fought a depleted Roy Jones. And a guy who wasn't even as depleted as Roy Jones was, which was when he fought Bernard Hopkins, he wasn't as depleted as I was because he lost fat. I lost muscle. He lost fat and got down and fought Bernard, and he said, now you see what I'm talking about. He got beat by Bernard because he was depleted. So don't tell me I was in my prime then. I was not. Had I fought him before I went to heavyweight, that wouldn't happen that way. And he know that too. They just don't want to tell you the truth about it. So why do people only want to talk to him about Roy Jones Jr.? Because that's the only thing he ever did. He beat Superman when Superman had to sacrifice and lost put on 25 pounds of muscle, then snatched off 25 pounds of muscle. That's when he beat Superman after he had been exposed to kryptonite. You couldn't have touched Superman before that.
By urging Crawford to retire now, Roy Jones Jr. is essentially trying to rewrite history through Terence, wanting Bud to have the perfect ending he himself never got. Even amid the chaos of retirement, drama followed with reports of friction between Crawford and the WBC over sanctioning fees and titles. But when pressed, Roy stayed completely neutral, brushing off the politics with it ain't got nothing to do with me, making it clear that while he respects the organizations that legitimize champions, his focus is solely on legacy, not lawsuits.
Well, what do you think about this issue with the WBC sanctioning?
I don't want to talk about it. It ain't got nothing to do with me. It wasn't me. I don't know enough about it to talk about it. So I know that I do have respect for WBC, WBA, IBF, and WBO. So I always respect them. I always did what I had to do. And without those guys, we would never known who the champions were. So I can't say nothing against them. He may have his own personal vendetta with him. I don't know enough about it to say whether he was right or wrong. So, you know.
For Roy, the belts no longer matter because Crawford has transcended them. And the moment Bud said, "I'm done," the conversation instantly shifted from titles to the question of who is left to fill the void.
Because it's the thing about it. If he says it's the right time, it's the right time for him. Yeah. We don't really know how hard it is for him to, things like 38, 39, to train and to prepare for that. It's very hard at that age. I mean, then you can't train all the time because you need time to rest. You have the family, you have the kids. So it's like he did everything he needs to do in the sport of boxing. And really, people shouldn't even ask for more. I mean, if they ask for more, it's like, what else you want them to do?
Exactly. He conquered a lot of things. And,
right. I mean, he's done everything he needs to do. And at the same time, it's like, you know, it's just time. If he wants to go, he thinks it's time to check out. Because the longer you stay, there's younger guys out there.
Yeah.
You know,
Father time, right?
The most important thing about boxing is, which a lot of people they talk about athleticism, right? Yeah. But athleticism is fleeting. Yeah. So what that means is you lose that every day of the week. Yes. Every day you get slower and slower and slower and slower and slower. So you can't base your whole career off athleticism, right? And he's a fighter that has a lot of great athleticism. So you got to let it go. I mean, you can't do it forever because it's leaving you anyway.
Absolutely, definitely. You got to listen to your body, right?
Right. That's right. Yeah. You can't worry about what people think. They want more. How much more you want?
They want to squeeze it till it's empty.
That's right. Yeah, you're right. You gotta let it go.
You got to walk away at some time.
Right. Yeah. Right.
You don't want boxing to retire. You want to retire boxing.
That's right. You want to know when to fold and know when to walk away.
That's all.
Because when you stay too long, it's never good.
It looks bad.
Right. With Crawford officially retired, the top of the sport is wide open. But Roy Jones Jr. didn't hesitate when asked who now holds the #1 spot. Usyk. In his eyes, Alexander Usyk is the only other fighter operating on that level of genius, making it a clear passing of the torch. While Crawford was the pound-for-pound king, his exit instantly elevates Usyk to undisputed status, settling the debate before it even begins.
Boxing right now.
Right now, if Terence retires, it's got to be Usyk. Who? Usyk.
Usyk is the best.
Without a question. If Terence retires, it's got to be Usyk.
Roy isn't the only legend approving Crawford's decision shocker Stevenson. One of the sharpest young minds in boxing, echoed Roy's sentiments almost word for word, stating that if he were in Bud's shoes, he'd do the exact same thing.
Something that I feel like Bud kind of taught me, and I feel as though it's going to take me farther in life, and I feel like for the next generation and the kids that's coming up behind us to understand. It's one word that I've been thinking about when I wanted to speak about Bud. It's integrity. I feel like integrity is a strong word, and I feel like it's bigger than money, it's bigger than fame, and I feel like Bud Crawford taught me integrity, and it's gonna last forever. So shout out to Bud, shout out to his family. I feel like his family did a great job with him. His coaches did a great job, and everybody surrounding him and supporting him made him into this genuine, strong human being. And I appreciate him for everything that he done for me. So shout out to Bud Crawford, shout out to Omaha, Nebraska, and it's all love.
He's already proven everything, beaten all the fighters people doubted he could, and there's nothing left worth risking. When both the new generation and the old guard agree, it's clear that Crawford has completed the game with no side quests left worth the damage.